Hey Lorenzo, that victim who just turned 96 this week did not want to go on camera. It seems like she's doing better, but you can still see the severe bruising around her neck and face more than a week after she was knocked unconscious and strangled. Police have now arrested 3 suspects, including the woman who was taking care of her.
I don't know. I hope they rot in hell. I mean, that's just the only thing I can say.
Business owner Scott Hoffman is still in shock after his elderly next-door neighbor was brutally attacked in her home. Officers found a 95-year-old woman on the ground suffering from severe cuts to the head and bruising around her face.
It just baffles my mind if somebody would be that cold and heartless.
His store surveillance cameras capturing the 3 suspects police say are behind the home invasion. 23-year-old Taylor Alexander, 23-year-old Jacob Kitch-Nordsick, and his girlfriend, Angel Parker. Police saying the videos appear to show both men approaching the home while Parker acted as a lookout. About 10 minutes later, they're all caught running away.
10 years ago, they probably wouldn't have been able to do that, because she was a very independent woman.
New court documents say the elderly woman walked up to the door that night when she heard the screen door opening. She recalls a masked man pushing her to the ground and began covering her mouth and nose. According to police, they got away with $10,000 in cash stashed in a box. They say Parker, who was taking care of the victim as her home nurse, knew about the money and helped plot a scheme to rob her. Kitch-Nordsick says he only opened the door and blamed Alexander for going, quote, haywire.
They have no morals, no scruples.
Hoffman has known the victim since he was 8 years old, even providing comfort to her days after the attack.
There wasn't anybody to, I don't know, to stay with her, so I just asked her if she wanted to go to my house, and she was like, I mean, trembling, scared. They really robbed her of her independence. That's, you know, you can't put money or put a price on that.
And that victim was wearing one of those life alert necklaces that she pressed the button to call 911 when the suspects left. Police say she may have been unconscious for 10 minutes, and that necklace may have saved her life.
Wow, this is just awful. You know, who attacks anyone, but also a woman in her 90s? Matthew, we've heard of abuse targeting our parents and grandparents being part of a concerning trend right now. So what can we all learn from this situation?
Well, Lorenzo, we actually spoke to the Washington County Department of Social Services. The director says, unfortunately, nowadays, you have to view the person, anyone that's entering a vulnerable home, as a possible abuser. He did give some quick tips. He did say that to make sure to check the medicine cabinets and bank accounts of your loved ones for anything suspicious. Be on the lookout for physical signs like grab marks or finger bruising, but there are other steps that you can take early on.
Have a background check done to run it against Maryland case search, look into the work history of this individual, see if they're with a reputable licensed agency.
Now, he says to make sure to do your due diligence because currently Maryland does not have a database that identifies people who are responsible for vulnerable adult neglect or abuse. Advocates are really trying to change that at the moment. But if you do know anyone who is being abused, neglected, or really just taken advantage of, you can call the number 1-800-91-PREVENT. Reporting live in Hagerstown, and Matthew Torres, WUSA 9.
Clearly, some people are just so sick. Matthew, thank you so much. Still ahead here tonight.